So, Mr. Peterson, I am glad we have a chance to talk about your presentation skills today, especially after your big presentation this morning.
Yes, although I'm not quite sure what we need to talk about, given it went so very well. I did not jangle keys in my pocket. I used humor well, my fly was fastened securely, and I did not look nervous. These are the critical issues as I understand them.
Interesting. If these really are the critical issues, does it surprise you that several of your teams still shouted, "You suck," at various times during the presentation?
I was not aware of this. I try to avoid connecting with my audience too closely, so I can better focus on the points I'm trying to make. It is one of my presentation skills.
Wouldn't it be wiser perhaps to try to be aware of the audience? "You suck" is widely held to be a really bad sign.
I think it is more a figure of speech. Taken out of context, it could mean almost anything.
Perhaps. So tell me, what was the basic purpose of the presentation?
My goal was to present the new strategy to our staff.
And did you achieve your goal?
Of course. I presented the strategy, and therefore the goal of presenting the strategy was achieved. I'm a highly goal-oriented executive.
I see. So your goal was simply to make the presentation itself. Interesting. You are an idiot. Tell me something else. Do you think you tried to cover too much material?
It is a complicated strategy.
Maybe so, but I estimate you presented approximately 3 times more material than your audience could possibly absorb. You totally fire-hosed them.
I disagree. Everything I presented was necessary.
You must be a lunatic. Historians consider that the Sermon on the Mount was a perfect blueprint for all of human life, and yet, it only took about 17 minutes to deliver. But you, on the other hand, were up there for 2 freaking hours.
I did not fire hose them. Our staff has an amazing capacity to absorb complex data, even when presented at high speed in a visually uninteresting way.
Really? So how come I heard the words, "Kill me now," on several occasions from one man? I wonder what he meant by that.
I'm not going to worry about one bad apple. I didn't get to be this senior without making some enemies.
But it was your own CEO who said it.
He has never liked me. Okay. I will grant that there was, possibly, too much material, but I brilliantly compensated by speaking very quickly and forbidding questions as I ran out of time. These are more of my executive presentation skills.
When you sped up, are you aware you sounded like a cartoon rodent?
That seems harsh, but that is still a small price to pay to get through all my material. You really don't seem to understand this whole presentation thing at all.
Apparently not. Let's move on. Tell me about how you sequenced your material.
It was very carefully sequenced. Point 1 was followed by point 2, then point 3, and so on. Quite brilliant.
Really? It seemed so random to me that it resembled an elderly drunk Frenchman riding a bicycle while blindfolded. Do you think this sequence made any sense to the audience?
Of course.
Then why did one of your team shout out, "Where the hell are we?"
He has only recently moved to head office. The physical location may have confused him.
So, you are an idiot after all.
I'm not an idiot. I'm a goal-oriented senior executive at a major corporation, therefore I'm not an idiot. My staff enjoy my presentations.
No, they don't. Your staff only pretend to enjoy your presentations because you have the power to fire them.
Maybe.
Tell me about your visual aids.
They were excellent. I'm an expert in PowerPoint.
If I may play devil's advocate, weren't these slides simply a collection of all your talking points arranged in an endless stream of meandering bullets which you simply read out, without any additional color or insight?
True. But you are missing the point. My slides served to provide me with an essential crutch, to reduce my fear of drying up. Isn't this the true purpose of PowerPoint? Creating the illusion of having prepared when really it is just a substitute for real preparation? A cheap intellectual shortcut?
That is correct. Tell me, did you rehearse?
No. Rehearsal is overrated. There is never time for it, and it inhibits my natural spontaneity. I read this in a book on presentation skills. Spontaneity is one of my skills.
I see. But perhaps this is why you were completely incapable of making your complex points come out without 3 or 4 badly fumbled attempts first.
I prefer to sound natural.
But you didn't sound natural, you sounded like an imbecile. The only thing missing was the dripping saliva.
I think not. I'm a goal-oriented senior executive. They do not pay me to sound like an imbecile.
They should not pay you at all. Finally, why do you speak in that strange monotone?
I'm not certain, but I'm beginning to suspect that I may not really be a goal-oriented senior executive at all. It is possible that I'm actually inside a computer simulation. This worries me, as everyone in the Matrix got shot, except the girl in the leather pants. And if I'm really not real, it may affect my eligibility for stock options. Are you real?
I am. I work for the world's greatest presentation skills teaching company. Oratium. That is O-R-A-T-I-U-M. Go see them at oratium.com.
Oratium.com